Hey guys, today I wanted to do a quick comparison of the RovyVon A8 and the RovyVon E8. These are both keychain flashlights, but not your usual keychain flashlights that you just use for a year. They break or you have to chuck them out. RovyVon make some of the best quality and with so many different features as well, as you'll find out. But I'm going to show you just basically few differences, what you can expect with them. So this is the first one that I got, and I've never been a huge fan, like I said before, of these keychain flashlights because I was just not able to find a good quality one out there. A lot of companies cut corners, and it's kind of like their entry level product where they, sell it for $10 or something like that, and they usually just have a lot of flaws and weak points, and it's just mainly to attract new customers to the company. But RovyVon actually do these keychain EDC flashlights as their primary products that they sell, and the attention to detail and the quality that they put into these lights just absolutely amazing. This light here, okay, this is the A8, like I was saying, and you have the main LED here in the front, okay, really sort of bright, different sort of levels there. Okay, there's also 3 auxiliary LEDs. You've got a 365 nanometer UV light, got a red light here for use at night, around the house even, and then you've also got this sort of flashy light as well. Okay, SOS and flashy light, and then just cycles back again. Okay, you've also got a special auxiliary white light here on the side. Uses less power than the one at the front. Okay, you can still cycle between 2 different modes in there. Really fantastic. And the great thing also is that you have access to that highest mode just by pressing and holding that switch here on the side. Okay, double click just into the normal UI. There's a whole heap of functions as well, additional functions that you get. So if you look at the side of the light, you have this little magnet there. I'm just trying to see if I can find something magnetic to kind of attach it to. Okay, so it attaches to the side of objects like tables or upside down. You've also got a magnet here on the clip itself, so you can orientate that light in different ways. Okay, let me just turn this off. We've also got USB-C charging port on the side. Does not have a replaceable battery though, so inside there you can see it's quite a large cell. It's all transparent. And RovyVon also include a couple of these metal rings on the side. Use the thicker version. They've also included a thinner one. You can also remove this magnet and the magnetic tail clip as well. I think the A8 is perfect for an all-purpose keychain / EDC flashlight. The only thing is obviously that internal battery. You can't replace it. Once it's gone, it's gone. You might be able to get a replacement one from RovyVon, but there's not a particular way that I can see anyway, that you can unscrew it and take it out. They don't really want you to get into that light, but I'm sure it's possible. Okay, but nice one to put on your key fob, in your bag, in the car. Surprisingly bright for how small it is. This is a newcomer. I recently got one of these, and this is really one of probably my favorite keychain flashlight. Now, overall volume, it's bigger than the A8, but if you look at it from the side, the A8 is actually a little bit thicker. Okay, and this E8 takes on a more sort of slab style, rectangular style design, and you see some newer flashlights out there that also take on this same style, and the reason why is that you can fit 2 batteries side by side in there and still have this in your pocket without it taking up much room. It's even thinner than this A8 here. Okay, does weigh a bit more, but you've got a clip here on the side as well. No magnet, but you've still got this ring design here on the back. Dual TIR lenses, 2 LEDs here. This produces 700 lumens, which is a huge amount of output for such a little light. USB-C charging port again. Okay, but the coolest thing is that it has this feature. Just got to unlatch that to put in a primary cell, AAA cell. You can use any AAA cell out there on the market. I use a rechargeable Eneloop. I'm gonna whack it out. Eneloop Pro 900 milliamp hour cell, and this is a game changer. It just transforms this light to a basic kind of keychain light, a bit more than basic, but into something that's more practical, something that you could really rely on in an emergency. Because as you know, these little lithium polymer cells in there, they don't hold much charge, especially if you're using this light on the higher modes. So this allows you to swap the battery on the go as well. So I might have the light on here. Oh, and then I think, hey, let me just pop in a cell. You can pop in another cell and the light is still on. Okay. You can swap to the different cells as well. So now it's on AAA power. Okay, you can see here that LEDs lit up. Okay, doesn't produce as much light on the AAA cell, but it will have a huge amount of runtime on the lower modes. I'd say days of runtime on the lower modes in an emergency situation. I think that's crucial. You've also got this button on the bottom which allows you access to the highest mode and a strobe feature as well. Now you can actually switch between the two batteries. You can see that green light just lit up as I turned it on. Now if you triple click, 1, 2, 3, the LED then flashes to the other one, lithium polymer. So you turn it on, off, and you have access to the normal lithium polymer battery, which is actually significantly brighter, but just does not hold as much capacity as the AAA primary cell. Okay, aluminium head helps to dissipate heat. And from my testing, it's lasted 6 to 700 lumens for the first minute, which is really impressive for such a small light. I think that's important as well because this button on the bottom allows you access, like I said, to that momentary highest mode available. Double click to strobe mode. So if you're using it as self-defense or in a situation where you just want to make sure it stays bright for a significant amount of time, you don't have to worry about that heat dissipation, about that light being able to actually keep up and not step down immediately. That you see that with many keychain flashlights. As soon as you turn them on, they start stepping down because there's just not enough heat dissipation ability there in the flashlight. So, the body as well is made out of polyamide, which is a very tough material. I know Kevlar is a type of polyamide. So let's put these side by side. I'll just show you what they look like in some beam shots. RovyVon A8 versus the RovyVon E1, both on turbo, or the highest mode really. So that's the A1 here, and that's the E1 on the right. E1, A1, E1, and the A1. And as you can see, I mean, that E1's got a bigger hotspot, and the beam is just more intense, even on the edges as well. I mean, look at that, E1 lighting up this whole field like it's just nothing. The A1 is still very impressive for such a small light. Turn them both off quickly, and you know, that's the A1, E1, okay. Of course, the E1 is a lot larger, a little heavier as well. Alright, but all things being equal, the E1 just outperforms, produces more light. There's 2 LEDs in there. It's got better heat sinking as well. Higher battery capacity. Okay. Takes a little bit longer to step down, I think, as well. Just noticing that A1 just losing its brightness fairly quickly compared to the E1.
And yeah, if you're aiming for just the smallest size little pocket rocket EDC light, A1 is great, but the E1, if you don't mind the extra size, and it's really not that much bigger because it's quite flat, it comes in this sort of rectangular shape, I just get this one, also because it allows you to put a primary cell in there, so if you run out of juice, you can swap over to the AAA cell and you're all good to go. I'm going to switch over to the AAA cell, okay, the E1 and the A1. Yeah, so on the primary cell it's not as bright. Okay, that's the E1, and you've got the A1 here. So A1 and the E1. It's definitely a lot brighter on the lithium polymer cell, but this is as bright as, pretty much as bright as you can go on the primary cell. Okay, get that strobe mode. Yeah, look at that. It's the E1, A1. So yeah, interesting. If we swap back over to the lithium polymer cell, okay, that is the E1 again, and the A1. So yeah, like night and day really.